Good evening, folks. What's going on? What's up, Satellite? What's up, PM Collector Boys? MC Fury. Thank you for subscribing for 4 years. My God, how time flies. And I know you've been around longer than that, but boy, that level of generosity, I really must thank you. Good evening, Manic. Good to see Hi everybody, happy Monday. I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing good, quite good, in fact. I am full of good food and, more importantly, good drink. I got tonic water, and I've been making some delicious gin and tonics over the weekend. And I'm gonna have to make myself another drink after this, but that's a tale for later. Congratulations, Fury. I know that's a load off your mind. Will do, Fury. Will do. Good evening, Bollywood. Good to see you tonight. About go play gambling. Let's bet on what's coming up next on the wheel. Ah, yes, sports gambling. Something that no one needs and isn't good for anyone. But yes, let us advertise it to the masses, especially younger, more impressionable children. I mean, that's great too. That's great. Whatever refund you did get, that's a boon to you, certainly. So, but yeah, I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing good. I was off today, and oh boy, oh Jesus, did I need it. I know it's been a couple days since I last saw y'all. I was all set to stream on Saturday, but I was having a real swell time with my family Saturday night, and I hope you can forgive me for making the choice to spend some more quality time with them while I can. Sunday I worked. Just like Mizroy was working at something tonight. Thank you so much for the raid. The Miz raid. Such as it is. Thank you so much. Good to see you tonight. Hope you're having a good time. Miz raid never misses. Good evening, Arcane. Good to see you. Mizroy, of course. Always a pleasure. I was just recounting the tales of my weekend. I worked yesterday. I worked all of yesterday. I went in at noon. I came home at like 11:30 at night. It was a big working day. I came home, I crashed, and then I have been more or less taking it easy today. There's of course, you know, the usual domestic chores that need doing, the job hunting that needs to get done when I'm not actively jobbing, but outside of that, I have had some time in the past few days to actually play some games for once, which I don't get a whole lot of time to do these days, and I spread it around a little bit. I've been playing more of Flotsam. Flotsam is cool. Flotsam is a slower burn of a game than I thought it was. You very, very gradually come upon additional challenges and things you have to deal with in that game. Like, I'm like, God, I don't know, 7 or 8 hours. Actually, how far into it am I? Just to be clear, just so I'm not blowing smoke here. Oh no, I apologize. I'm way overestimating. I'm 4.5 hours in the game. I'm just now coming up on pollution and toxins that I need to like purify out of stuff. The way it works is as you progress through the ocean, you discover the need for specialists, and you also just happen to find those specialists. But there's always some kind of special resource challenge to get them. Like I got myself an electrician because more and more of the stuff I'm using on my floating city need electricity, or eel electricity as they call it. But to get him, I needed a couple pairs of insulated gloves to get past some electrified surfaces and stuff, and that needed a special kind of fish oil, and I needed a whole new production chain to make fish oil. So I know it's definitely not my favorite part of the game, Zem, but they do as they do. So yeah, I played basically 3 things since you last saw me. I've been playing more Flotsam. I've been playing more Void's Vigil. Void's Vigil is very good. It is very much in the same vein as Bone Razor Minions. I understand. I don't know about y'all. The Caius Ware Variety Night was very informative to me. It was very educational because I didn't realize how, frankly, limited the variety was amongst Caius Ware games. Void's Vigil is very much like Bone Razor Minions. It's just the focus of the game is different. In Void's Vigil, you're focused more on building assortments of weapons and balancing them against the abilities and drones and other stuff that you find. And Bone Razor Minions is entirely about minions, about figuring out the best assortment of minions and how to grow and manage them. So, but at the end of the day, they're both very much survivor-likes, and there's not a whole lot of daylight between them. So, I'm glad it's been a hot minute since I played Bone Razor Minions, because it's primed me to enjoy Void's Vigil, at least for a little while. Good evening, Ralbor. Good to see you. Who's working high voltages without gloves? Don't do that. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Even in Flotsam, we need those safety gloves. Also, I've been rambling past Mizroy here. Played some cool stuff. Animal Lover, visual novel, The Wild Premise. Hexacycle, abstract logic puzzle game with several levels of difficulty. I looked at 2 TTRPGs, Heaven Nor Hell and Fusion. Oh, wow. Those look pretty cool. Some Metroid Prime 4 insights. Review complain about how dare NPCs exist. Literally having a tantrum. Desert music locked behind an amiibo is absolutely bullshit. Animal Lover is a visual novel about immortal people cursed to be animals, and I'm here for it. Good evening, Justin Brett. Good to see us. I saw 4 video of a guy driving the bike for like 2 minutes without anything happening. That didn't spark confidence. Okay, so yeah, I played Flotsam, I played Void's Vigil, and then today I took some time to go back to Titan Quest 2. Because there is a new mastery in Titan Quest 2, Forge. And it is busted as hell. It is so hilariously overpowered. Hildy, good to see you. Your stupid job has foiled me for weeks. Where to be employed? I apologize. I certainly never expected it, but yeah. I know the schedule is chaos. All is chaos. But it is what we do now. It's our new human condition. So yeah, welcome everybody. Good to see y'all. Yes, Titan Quest 2. Great game, very entertaining, busted as hell. Super imbalanced, but in a good way. I want to give the Titan Quest 2 devs some credit here. I think we all understand. I think we all get, it's very, very, very hard to add something new to a game, especially one as crunchy and numbers driven as an ARPG, without it being imbalanced, without it being overpowered and super good, or on the other side of that coin, being underpowered and useless and pointless. Some are better at it than others. The Titan Quest 2 devs kind of struggling with that. But again, I do want to give them some credit. They at least seem to understand that if you're going to screw up the balance, screw it up in favor of the players. It is better for a new class to be overpowered than underpowered. So, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it right now. You can build turrets. You have some kind of like mystical ancient Grecian tinkering ability to build like automated blades and crossbow turrets and stuff, and they're so powerful. They're so stupidly powerful. So I'm gonna use this to coast right through chapter 2, which I haven't played yet, and see what that's all about. And I mean, this isn't the first time they did this either. When they initially launched the game in early access, Tempest was overpowered. One of the ice powers was just like crazy busted good. And them patching that is actually what inspired me to make a Tempest character. And that ice power is still really good. They just pulled it back down to earth, I guess. So I have faith. I have faith that they'll end up with a fun game, if not not necessarily a very balanced one. I also realized another thing about the way Titan Quest 2 is laid out. Part of their concept for the game is that it's sort of like an open world RPG. Like a lot of ARPGs are honestly very linear in their area designs. Like even the more randomized ones, you're basically going through. Most areas you just pass through. The exceptions to that are when you need to find somebody like Chaos or Fury, who just gifted a sub to Chaos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Also, good evening, Chaos. It's good to see you. Chaos is never far from my heart. I feel like that's why they chose early access. Let's hope they get the hint. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. So yeah, something like your Diablos, your Grim Dawns, or well, Grim Dawn doesn't actually have a whole lot of randomized locations and maps in it. But anyway, the area itself is essentially pretty linear. You're trying to get from the entrance of it to the exit of it. And in some cases, there's a cave or a building there that is randomly located and you need to find or whatever. Not Titan Quest 2. Titan Quest 2, the maps are all handcrafted and static, but they are huge. There are these massive sprawling places, and there's a ton of stuff to see and do in them. They're much wider than most RPG maps. However, unlike a lot of modern ARPGs, they don't do enemy scaling, not directly anyway. So each sub-region of the big open map has its own level ranges for enemies. And so like the first area, the flooded farmlands, you start in the south of it, and all the important stuff you need to do is in the north. So the southern reaches have the lower level ranges for enemies, and obviously the northern parts have the higher ranges. So nominally, if you just proceed straight north, you're gonna hit enemies that are too high level for you. So you need to go back and screw around for a bit in the southern areas until you get the gear and the levels and whatnot to take on the upper areas. However, if you're playing a busted ass class like Forge, you can just forge right on ahead into the northern regions, kill enemies that are 5, 6, 7, 8 levels above your own, get a shitload of experience much faster, and then if you happen to wander back south, to pick up some quests that you didn't finish, you will one-shot everything, bosses included. So, I don't know what exactly the solution to that is, because that doesn't seem ideal. I mean, I am enjoying it, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't quite line up with their vision for the game and its challenge. So, they'll probably have to do something about that at some point. But yeah. Everyone's on pins and needles about Waterworld, are you? Well, I have some bad news. We're playing this shit. Remember, the power hours are operating under new auspices these days. I have decided arbitrarily, autonomously, what it is that we're gonna play as I go through here. Y'all are welcome to request other stuff, but I'm taking control of this process. From a scientific, from an anthropological standpoint, I want to see how this compares to the steaming pile that is the Virtual Boy version of Waterworld. And we will find out firsthand. Good evening, Dave. Good to see you. Tidal wave of action. It says it right there on the page. And Nintendo Power wouldn't lie to us, would they? You're supposed to have any power to give it Odysseus' spine while I was gone. Yeah, working a service job has changed a lot of things around here. Say Titan, I filled in fall instead of quest. I would lie to you. Constantly. Much more colorful steaming pile. I will go with better, but that's not much of an increase, is it? This does actually look kind of interesting. We'll talk about that in a sec. But, I need to give y'all some info. Precious Plivin's boys learn bullshit. It's true though. It's true. I keep telling people. I'm kind of living my life backwards here. I went straight out of college into like the cushy, high-paying office job, and now that I've been ejected from that, back into the service industry with me. Do you have any funny customer stories for us? Not presently. I have met a lot of neat people. Some of them are very funny, but yeah, none I would recount at the moment. So, actually, you're still a good person despite that. I know, shocking, right? Like, I'm old money too, so really all of the odds were against me turning out as well as I did, and yet here we are. So yeah. I am, yeah. As it turns out. Despite everything, he's still him. It's true. It's true. Okay, schedule. Let's talk about the schedule real quick. So obviously I'm streaming tonight, and obviously the power hours, because I didn't get to it last Saturday, because I was doing other stuff. Not Nova Rich, I could have sworn. Working customer service jobs changes you, and not always for the better. I was there, Frodod. Well, it changed me for the better at least. So, remember, not where you came from, where you remember who you are. I don't know. Anyway, schedule. Tonight's power hours. I am streaming this week. I am streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That is the plan, at least. 4 days. Tonight and the next 3 days. I cannot stream Friday or Saturday due to work scheduling concerns. So, it is a 4-stream week, ideally, assuming I hold up. I do not yet have any plans for Wednesday or Thursday. We'll just have to see how things turn out. Tomorrow though, I have something that we're going to stream. Some of you will be excited. Some of you will be horrified. I could play coy with this and make you show up to see what it's going to be, but I won't do that. I won't. Not when the stakes are this high, chat. Tomorrow night, we're playing Tingus Goose for reals. So, gird your loins for that one, chat. Brace yourselves. Yeah, the publisher for Tingus Goose actually got in contact with me, and I was like, you know what? I think this is something that my community will appreciate. So you better show up and appreciate it, chat. I did this for you. It's for you. Anyway, don't worry. Don't worry. We have the nice, safe power hours tonight, chat. We have Kevin Costner drinking his own urine. See, everything's fine. Familiar things. Proud publisher does some good work. You don't do social media that well. So no, I'm terrible at social media. I'm garbage. I am trash ass at social media. Yet I still get developers reaching out to me, and I appreciate it immensely. 'Cause it gets me things like Flotsam and Tingus Goose. I should have done I should have done a twofer that night instead. I should have done half Flotsam, half Tingus Goose, but I didn't, chat. I didn't. That Raid Shadow Legends money will be yours. Ash and Vinny Vinesaw sharing a game. You're blessed. Appreciate? No, wait, not that. Enjoy? Not that either. Steph was like, you actually like this monstrosity? I have 2 questions. What's wrong with you? Would you like a free copy? That's more or less how it went, yes. They were like, hey, this seems like your kind of game. And I'm like, I won't take that personally. And they're like, would you be interested in streaming it? And I'd be like, actually, I already streamed the demo and I think, all jokes aside, I think literally my response was, I streamed the demo and it definitely got my community's attention. And they got back to me and they were like, wow, we're so excited about your enthusiasm. Here's a key. Like, it's like doing a Studio Ghibli double feature of My Neighbor Totoro and Graveyard of the Fireflies, which I was supposed to be released. It generated engagement. We played Tingus Goose. I'm obliged to watch, but it's out of compulsion rather. Oh, I'm playing Tingus Goose tomorrow night. We're Tingusing that goose up. That goose is getting fully Tingus. Dead. So yeah. And then I don't know. We'll do something family friendly and therapeutic on Wednesday and Thursday. It's Tingin time. And then we Tingus all over the place. So yeah. Look forward to it, chat. Mark it. It's gonna be great. But that is tomorrow. That is nearly 24 hours from now. You have almost 24 hours to not think about Tingus Goose, chat. Instead, we can think about Waterworld. As Nintendo Power puts it, the most ambitious movie of 1995 summer season. Well, it's now an exciting Super NES action pack courtesy of the folks at Ocean. So, welcome back to the Power Hours, everybody. I know it's been a minute. The massive upheaval of our schedule has certainly had its effect on the Power Hours, but I'm not abandoning this. The Power Hours is never far from my heart. I feel like I already said a similar sentence earlier tonight, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I have a thing about redundancy, chat. I used to get dinged a lot for redundancy, and I try to catch myself on that. But I'm streaming, and I've had a lot of drink, so who cares? This is December of 1995. It is the last issue of 1995 before everything changes again in 96. And we are taking our sweet ass time with this one, don't you know? Tonight we'll go through Waterworld and fuck, I mean, it's been so long I don't even remember what else is in this issue. I feel like I've lived a month of my life since the last time we did the Power Hours, and I think it's only been like a week and a half or something. Good evening, $10. Happy 30th birthday. This issue of Nintendo Power. I'm also actually really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying doing the issues of Nintendo Power exactly 30 years post their publishing. There's something kind of neat about that. Other 1995 summer movies: Die Hard with a Vengeance, Braveheart, Judge Dredd, Batman Forever, and Mortal Kombat. Wow. To be fair, time doesn't mean anything anymore. It sure doesn't. It really, really doesn't. Batman Forever was the most ambitious. Fury Fire is being ambitious tonight. Thank you so much for the gift sub to $10. Thank you so much for that. I do appreciate it. I don't disagree either. Batman Forever sure was a crazy ass movie. Visually, stylistically. Was it good? But it certainly was ambitious. Waterworld was certainly ambitious financially. Waterworld was, I want to say when it came out, the most expensive movie ever made. I don't know if that was with or without adjustments for inflation. But yeah. They spent a fuckload of money on this movie. And to be fair, it did show. Like, my parents and I saw Waterworld in the theaters. They were pretty big Kevin Costner fans. I'm not gonna make any excuses. I'm not gonna try to explain that. He was popular in the 90s. So, and I remember being entertained by Waterworld. It certainly had its fun parts. Kevin Costner drinking his own piss was not one of them. And unfortunately, the movie opens with that. So there's that. But yeah. Honestly, it's like, you can argue the quality of Waterworld all you want. I was entertained by it. I won't necessarily argue it's a good movie. I won't try to dissuade anyone from thinking it's a bad movie, but I had a good time with it. I wouldn't mind revisiting it sometime. Waterworld is fine. Yeah. I think that's the thing. Waterworld is fine. But for the most expensive movie ever made at the time, I don't think it should have just been fine. I think it should have been more than that. You have to sell me on an overwrought Costner epic. I'm always up for it. Well, okay. Let's be clear here so there's no misunderstandings. I wouldn't say go to bat for Waterworld. I will openly state my appreciation for Waterworld. The Postman, though, fuck that noise. The Postman is terrible. Postman is one of the worst movies I have ever seen. So let's not get him out too far for Kevin Costner there. You loved it as a kid around the board. I mean, I can see that too. It is a creative movie, certainly. Kid and didn't think about it too much, yeah. These Batman and Robin basically set the origin for Mr. Freeze and Stone or Glaciers. Mondays, I'm forced to be social with my friend. We were talking about Kevin Costner being a douchebag, so this is timely. Postman was the Academy Award. Was it really? I don't even remember that. Robin Hood? Robin Hood's a fun movie. Like, Robin Hood has his problems. I get it. Kevin Costner playing a British folk hero is fucking hilarious on its own. But yeah, Robin Hood Prince of Thieves is a really entertaining movie. Just wildly entertaining. Shows how influential Batman the Animated Series was. Nora was created whole cloth by that team, and she's become integral to Mr. Freeze mythos. Screw Yellowstone, the current Kevin Costner work. Prince of Thieves was completely obsoleted by Men in Tights. I think it was one of the writers who got shown the sets for the release by Schumacher, and was really flattered they put that much work into recreating a story. Oh, that's cool. That's really, really cool. Renee Montoya is fantastic, yeah. She was a wonderful addition. So, Batman the Animated Series was an amazing show. Like, I don't... It's not one that comes to mind very often the same way something like Animaniacs or Tiny Toons or like 90s X-Men does. But like I think Batman the Animated Series was really, really formative for me. I think Batman the Animated Series might have single-handedly given me like the Art Deco fetish that I have to this day. Like, I don't talk about this because I basically have no excuse to talk about this. Probably the entire time I've been streaming, the only time this ever would have come up would have been during XCOM Apocalypse. But low-key, ever since watching Batman the Animated Series, I have wanted desperately for Art Deco to just come back in the most powerful way possible. Like, that's what I want the world to look like. Not necessarily that dark, but God, I love Art Deco. Batman the Animated Series is literally how I figured out I was half gay. Fair, I watched The Postman when it came out and I don't remember. That's because The Postman never ends. You're still watching The Postman and you just don't realize it. It puts you in a coma. You're in this liminal space between life and death, watching Kevin Costner in The fucking Postman. That movie has like 8 places it's supposed to end and it won't fucking end. It's a nightmare. It is a living nightmare of a film. And I hate it. Batman the Animated Series Gotham is gorgeous. It really is. It really, really is. It's the only thing that's done Art Deco in a real fucking way for fucking decades other than BioShock. Yeah, and credit where credit's due. I mean, BioShock does it really well, but BioShock is also BioShock, so. There's a fair bit of baggage with that as well. My Sailor Moon tattoo is based on stained glass Art Deco. Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. When do we watch it on Discord? We're already watching it! Don't you understand? Once The Postman starts, it can't be stopped. It rages on and consumes all until you don't even realize you're still watching it. We're watching The Postman right now! Oh, I meant Batman the Animated Series. It doesn't matter! The Postman takes over everything! You'll set out to watch Batman the Animated Series. Fuck you, it's The Postman! Kevin Costner right there delivering a bag of mail! Really don't like this movie, chat. I just want to make it clear. I want to make sure you're not getting mixed messages. It's The Postman, the next game in Nintendo Power. Fortunately, thankfully, I don't think there's a Postman video game. If I'm wrong, I may have to reevaluate my life. But no, I'm not okay. How do you really feel about The Postman? Okay, let me explain something. So wait for you to be off so we can all interrogate you on why you like Hudson Hawk. Hudson Hawk is really fun though. Hudson Hawk's a really fun movie. It's a terrible movie. I will not defend Hudson Hawk, but I love Hudson Hawk. They're different. Look. These are all different. Fuck you, Dave. These are all very different kinds of bad, okay? I like Hudson Hawk because it is a just insane gonzo balls out kind of bad. It is insanely ambitious and weird and cartoony, and none of it works. It's all just a giant mess, but it's a really entertaining mess, okay? And everybody in it is just fucking giving it their all, too. They are just having the best time with it. And you can see that, and it affects your enjoyment of it. That's great. It's cool. It's awesome. Again, terrible movie, but I love it. The Postman is basically the opposite of that. The Postman is this, what a weird soundtrack to be having this conversation to, now that I think about it. The Postman is this huge, sprawling, big budget epic that's just boring as shit. It's just so nothing. And like, it's not even aware of itself. It is trying to make so much out of Kevin Costner delivering mail in the post-apocalyptic wilderness, which isn't even really that apocalyptic, frankly. It looks like they just wandered out in the wilds of Canada or something. The villain is not particularly villainous or well written. And it just goes on and on and on and on, and like, there's so many places where this movie should stop and it won't stop. It keeps going. I always explain this when I talk about The Postman, because yes, this isn't my first rodeo explaining this, chat. My mother and I were on vacation. We were in Florida to visit my grandfather, I think, and we were staying in a hotel, and we would always, like, you know, get a pizza and watch some fun movies or something to pass the time, right? And The Postman was on. We hadn't seen The Postman. I think my parents had heard mixed reviews of it when it came out, and they were like, nah, we don't really need to see this. So it came on TV, and we're like, you want to watch it? Like, yeah, sure, why not? And we started watching The Postman, eating pizza, and it was a draining experience, chat. It just sucked all the fun, all the life out of the room as it went on and on and on with nothing fucking happening. The Postman needed the 5-episode miniseries. No, that is so accurate. Like, The Postman feels like a fucking, like, yeah, like a fucking TV miniseries. Was he dressed up as a darn postman, though? I think at some point he was, yeah. It's such a stupid bad movie, chat. It's so bad. Like, Kevin, the thing you don't know going into it is, like, Kevin Costner's character is this like shifty good for nothing. He's a con man. He goes around to these little settlements in the post-apocalyptic wilderness, and he cons them out of their stuff and moves on. And then I don't even remember how it happened, but like he stumbled across the last vestiges of the US postal system, because the apocalypse the apocalypse happened within living memory. So like there's still people out there who didn't get their fucking letters delivered to them, and like he figures that delivering the letters would be an easy way to get people to like him or something. He's trying to talk his way into a town and happened to have a letter. I don't even fucking remember. Thank you for the backup on this, Ralnivore. But yeah, anyway, it's a role he kind of stumbles ass backwards into, and it ends up being this like huge inspiring thing that moves the people and rallies them around him because it's like the last semblance of civilization or some bullshit. And he's like, oh, okay. But then there's this other dude who's like basically like Caesar of the Wasteland, who's building his own army and trying to establish a new order, and Kevin Costner's getting in his way because he's just a guy who found a bag of... They really, like, that fucking line was in the TV commercials. Yes, the villain is Anti-Postman. The villain is... What the fuck is his name? He's a character actor. Like, he's never the main character in anything. Hang on. He was in Armageddon. He was one of the supporting characters in Armageddon. And if I search up the cast, he doesn't even show up on the first line. Will Patton. Will Patton is the fucking villain of the movie. Dude, okay, hang on one sec, chat. All right, I'm back. Excuse me, my daughter jump scared me. Oh, okay. Wow, y'all kept the party going without me. Chat, we played Oddish off stage. Oddish and Will Patton have never seen the same room together. Coincidence? That's it, we peaked. They have a cute Tom Petty cameo. That's all I can remember from the movie. Waiting to go find his autographed copy of the Postman Waterworld double box set. Could you imagine? Can you imagine that? Watch those over the one where he plays baseball. Field of Dreams? Like, Field of Dreams is legit good. That movie's actually pretty solid. Tracer Sama staring at me. I just realized I don't know to make Kevin Costner movies not named Dance with Wolves or Prince of Thieves is some level of mind-numbingly dumb. Interrupting her interview with the chair. It's time to play shitty games? I think it might be. I think this might be the time to do it, chat. So let's talk about it in the future. We are in the future. But in the future, there's only the restless blue of the sea, relentless blue of the sea. One little girl holds the secret to survival. She's the last hope for the planet now known as Waterworld. I can't remember if that was actually the setup, because I feel like, okay, so Waterworld, if you haven't seen it, polar ice caps melt, world gets flooded, all the survivors live on these floating atolls, right? And they're just kind of slumming it Fallout style. But there's a group of assholes called the Smokers. They're basically raiders. They're basically ocean raiders who come around and raid shit because they're raiders. That's it. You got wasteland towns and wasteland raiders. It's basically Fallout on the water. I never really thought about it like that, but that's really, really, really kind of what it is. The wrinkle in all of this is the Mariner. That's Kevin Costner's character. I'm gonna spoil part of the movie for you, chat. This is a big reveal. It's a big thing. He is a mutant. Kevin Costner has gills, which allows him to dive deep and find relics of the bygone era. Anyway, there's a little girl on one of the atolls who has a map tattooed on her back to, like, the last island on Earth. And the Smokers want it, and the regular people want it, because they all want to live on regular dry land, because that would just be, like, the fucking coolest thing ever. So the rest of the movie is about that, fighting over this little girl and trying to find their way to the island. And that's the movie. That's the whole thing. That's everything that happens. Crazy this is close to the One Piece universe. You know what's really funny? You know what's really, 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 really funny? Universal Studios Japan does like special One Piece live shows. I think they do them every year. And y'all know I'm a big One Piece fan. What was it? 2 or 3 years ago we went to Japan. We went and saw the One Piece show, and they do it in like the Waterworld theater place. Because I mean, why wouldn't you? How has nobody found the last island on Earth if there's no land masses left? Earth's kind of big. Earth is kind of really, 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 really big. If there's one island on Earth, that's gonna be really hard to find. It's a big tattoo for a kid that young. Not very fun. Not exactly the thing you do casually. Seems cruel. Pretty sure there's not enough water in all the ice caps, maybe even the solar system, fled to the height of the Rockies. One Piece is a sequel to Waterworld. Look, there's a non-zero chance that that's even possible. Oda could just like prank us all at the finish line with that one, and I wouldn't even be mad, honestly. Someone just came back from a course on indigenous Pacific Islander navigational techniques. I can safely say you can. Pacific Islanders were phenomenal navigators, found their way to new islands by following migrating birds over the course of years. Yeah, but okay, again, the apocalypse happened within living memory, and the people on the atolls were not mariners. They were like grungy losers. They didn't even really have like boats and stuff. That was the thing that made the smokers so dangerous. They had boats and like nobody else did. So, look, it's a shitty Kevin Costner movie. They don't have a good excuse for any of this. I'm just kind of playing along here. Yeah, just it's Waterworld, man. At least it's not The Postman. Why do you think in Fallout they need you? All right, so anyway, we're about to experience a tidal wave of action here, friends. Following in the heels of the Virtual Boy version, a first-person perspective shooter, the latest adaptation takes the adventure even further by offering 3 types of battle and puzzle stages in 2 different formats. Okay, so this is actually kind of important here. Each stage consists of 4 levels, always in the same order. The first is a Trimaran level where you seek and destroy all smoker raiders. The second is a maze-like diving level, a race against time to collect soil samples and other precious items before your air runs out. The third is another Trimaran level where you must rescue kidnapped atollers. The last is a side-scrolling action level set on the rusting towers and crumbling gangplanks of an atoll. So, already that's not super encouraging that every stage is exactly the same. It's an assortment of 4 levels in the same order. So, but the page's color scheme, at least, it is laid out pretty well. I'll give them that. And it looks like there's 9 stages in the game. So 9 times 4, 36 levels. I mean, that's a lot of content, but when they just kind of repeat, it's not very exciting. Since there's 40 quarters to play Waterworld arcade game. Let's see here. Oh, there he is, the man of the hour. Pea drinker himself. First time at the helm of the Trimaran will probably be a surprising experience. She stops and turns on a dime, and even with just single shot weapon, she's more than a match for smaller foes. Alright, so blow up dudes and stuff. And then we need to go diving for stuff. So dirt is, I remember this from Waterworld. Dirt is like the most valuable substance in the world. Kevin Costner's rolling around with a bunch, like just jars of dirt so he can buy whatever the hell he wants. And that's because with his mutant gills, he can swim all the way to the bottom of the ocean, scoop dirt off of the floor of the ocean, what used to be the surface of the earth, and bring it up. Simpsons Waterworld arcade game. So yeah, there's Trimaran level, diving level, Trimaran level, and then this down here. Sure, you give plenty of dirt via poop, right? What? How does that work? And then let's not forget, Dennis Hopper was the villain in this, and oh boy, was he just hamming it up. He was just having a grand old time. He had some great lines in Waterworld, to be completely honest. When he captures the little girl with a tattoo on her back, the first thing he does is offer her a bunch of cigarettes. That's why they're called smokers, because they all smoke. At which she refuses. He's like, nah, never too young to start. Yeah, he knew what kind of film he was in. And he's having a great time with it, and it shows. Really helps. Really helps. Kevin Costner might have mailed it in for this movie. Dennis Hopper gave it his all. Mad respect for that, too. Neat visual seeing Costner diving down and seeing the buildings in the background. That was cool. That was cool. Then the last island, a big mountain or something. I think it's the peak of Mount Everest or something. Oh, no, it's Denver. Oh, it's the Rockies, yeah? Sorry. Yeah, the Waterworld comics explain the government created fishmen to adapt to the watery future. It's Pikes Peak. Thank you. Thank you, Hildy. The really distinctive post office building in Denver that's underwater. Yeah, you just live on the Rocky Mountains, no problem. NBD. All right, we're doing this, chat. We're an hour into the stream. I know Power Hours nights are traditionally very chatty, but we're doing this. It's happening. Too unrealistic, the government planning to accomplish anything. Good evening, Drake Nell. Good to see you. You're just in time. Also, that means nobody found the Rocky fucking Mountains when God. Don't think about it too hard. You'll give yourself a nosebleed. I'm warning you, man. Hang on, what's going on here? I can't find it. Am I blind? Am I stupid? Like, what's going on here? No. Did it send up somewhere else? Try under world, comma, water. Oh, okay, it ended up getting sorted in my European ROMs for some reason. Maybe it didn't come out here. Maybe Ocean of America was too embarrassed. I don't know. I've gone bankrupt exactly 5 times in Transport Fever 2 since the stream started. Congratulations! Still doing better than Donald Trump. Sucker for marine archaeology of any kind. I'll admit young version of me liked this movie for that alone. The sun for millions of years, the source of life, but for one planet, the source of its demise. The temperature climbed, the vast fields of ice, its poles melted, and the oceans rose. Centuries, okay. The only remaining pockets of civilization are floating islands of debris called atolls. Okay, so I was wrong. It wasn't living memory. I could have sworn it was. I could have sworn they met an old woman who, like, lived before the apocalypse. The havens of existence are inhabited by wary, peaceful people, the atollers who know only how to survive. Only hope for these people rests upon the shoulders of a young girl called Enola. Strange markings on her back are thought to point to dry land. Not shoulders, her back, her literal back. Now the atolls have come under attack from a vicious band of pirates called the Smokers. That it existed at all is thanks to the sun, but we're gonna blame it anyway, not our own stupid asses. Led by a twisted man called the Deacon, they raid and pillage the atolls for supplies and slaves. That is the Super Mario font, yes. Yes, it is. You play the Mariner, a wanderer caught up in this fight for supremacy. Has become your duty to protect the atollers and help find dry land. Enola's gone. The Deacon's last vicious attack spirited her away from the bosom of her fellow atollers. Her only hope is your selfless courage, cunning, and guile. Okay. Now, I will say one thing about this game. I know one thing about this game because of all the random SNES music we listen to when we do the Power Hours. This game has an amazing soundtrack. and you get to hear like 5 seconds of it at a time. Meow. Wait, Guile is in this? Guile survived the apocalypse, yes. And, yes, you're right, Dennis Hopper was also in the Mario movie. It's all making sense now, chat. It's all connected. It's like poetry, it rhymes. Apparently there's an extended cut that does reveal the dryland was Everest, which is apparently a fairly short sail away from sunk Endeavor. Graphics remind you of Red Alert. Oh, I can kind of see that, yeah. I only realized this now as an adult, but the Trimaran's main mast basically has like a wind turbine on it. Shape of Catamarans enhances the movie version. The Trimaran is based on Polynesian boat tech. Then cleared go to diving buoy. Wow, that's not annoying in the least. I love this, chat. I love this. Oh, this thing's telling me where to go. There it is. Cool. Is that why the ship is so loud? What's up, Eva? Good to see you. All right, here we are. It's Costner time. Oh, this is so exciting. The music is really good. I'm enjoying the music a lot. Now I want to watch Waterworld. No, you don't. You might think you do, but you don't. Bit fussed up about dry land. The skyscraper here apparently stable enough to not topple. You can live there. Get some mud if you have to grow veggies on top. So fortunately this one's pretty easy, which means we should be able... It means we should be able to see an example of every level in this, which is what I really wanted. Assuming I can get out of here before he fucking drowns. Okay, yeah, we need to leave. Somehow there are worse Costner movies to watch. Are there really, though? Well, I mean, yeah, there's The Postman, but we've already been... Oh, Eva, you missed that. You missed my big diatribe about The Postman. He uses latent Robin Hood abilities and shoot arrows. There we go. Well done! Items collected. I found like 20 items and 5 soil. Soil's worth a lot, dude. Don't ask him! I can't believe that song is used for the map screen. That's so depressing. He came up with this fucking absolutely incredible song, and you use it for the goddamn map screen, you idiots. Help, help, help. What? Am I trying to like rescue people or something? Oh, I am. I'm trying to save people from the smokers, because smokers are dicks. That's really funny. Help, help, help. What happened? Getting soil, stuff that sheds the rooftops with containers and your grow stuff. I think that's why it's so valuable. I think people use the tiny I think people use the tiny bits of soil they get to actually grow shit. What's up, El Belikoski? I saved hostages. I did it. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. I have my machete. They have guns. Seems like a problem. Ooh, that's not great. That's not great. Oh, now he has a gun. Okay, cool. Maybe this is a cutscene where the Mariner tells Clark Kent he should let people die. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Oh, so my mission is actually to kill everybody. Like, I have a count of smokers on the atoll and I have to murder them all. The animation is really good. The gameplay is not. The gameplay is in fact ass. Why does it remind you of Alien 3? I mean, kind of similar layout, similar aesthetic. Does not play like Alien 3 at all, though. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, I had a feeling. Like, I don't know how the fuck that's supposed to work, but... Also, apparently... Oh, no, you can. Oh, nice. It doesn't actually forget the weapon you had before. So once I ran out of machine gun, it went back to the harpoon gun. Once I ran out of harpoon, it went back to pistol. I'm shooting these guys in the shins and they're dying from it. Contact damage. Awesome. Love it. He's only good at water. Forgive him. So apparently the level loops. Someone shot me in the shin with a harpoon gun. I'd want to die too. Taking secondhand smoke damage. I like this music. I gotta be honest, I like this music. I see you down there, shit eyes. Well done, all smokers eliminated. Look at all the people you murdered. Wow, okay. So, all right. So we have 6,300 credits. Thanks. How much does it cost?
Thanks.
Well, obviously I'm gonna buy a fucking...
Thanks.
Thanks. Okay. I kind of like this this store interface. All right, I bought an Uzi and 6 Gatling guns. I think we're set. How do I leave? Can I leave? Is leaving an option? What's up, Gamer Jame? How you doing? Do I have to spend all my money? Can I just leave? Nice. You're sick. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, I'm good. 6 Gatling guns with a spool of wire and 3 cans. Restart at this point. The password is HQSVP. Oh boy, chat. We can pick up where we left off in this. I can't believe they used this song for like a 3-second clip on the map screen. That makes me so angry. Okay, I just used all my mines. Whoa! Okay. All right, the Gatling gun is awesome. Also, the Uzi made our weapon fully automatic as opposed to semi. Commit the password to memory, chat. Waterworld full playthrough when? Never. Fucking never. Not only Virtual Boy is better for just getting to hear more than 2 seconds of that song, but it's certainly a case to be made. All right, look, I'm gonna level with you, chat. This is by no means a good game, but it's passable. For the Waterworld, the rabid Waterworld fan in your life, I don't think it's that bad. The Trimaran sections are actually pretty fun, because the Trimaran is pretty satisfying to zip around in. Blowing dudes up is pretty. It's almost like a Waterworld branded like Desert Strike in a way. I know at least one rabid Waterworld fan. I love him. You gave me an E for effort. Yeah. This isn't trash. This isn't unrepentant garbage. I mean, all the bow combat before is you pulling out a Glock and starting blasting. I think it was actually. Also, the minigun is so satisfying to use. Sorry, Gatling gun. Not a cliffhanger for Sega Saturn, because oof. I think the Super NES version of cliffhanger is also pretty ass. Can we be done yet? There we go. Well, the entire game could be the Trimaran section where you're piling around, no sections where you're out of the boat, and oops, that's the Virtual Boy version. Yeah, like I'm not gonna make any monkey's paw wishes here. Like this is probably the low part of the game, is these stupid like swimming and collecting sections. Like they're not interesting at all. And then like the platforming to just kill a bunch of smokers and stuff is like just the absolute most baseline side-scrolling shit imaginable. I wonder what happens when you die. Apparently you swim at exactly the same speed as the wildlife. Energy depleted, no bonus. So it's basically a bonus stage. Unless it's gonna kick me back to the Trimaran stage or something. No, it doesn't. Swimming around collecting dirt, does that mean I'm a dirty collector? Alright, so yeah. Alright, this is enough Waterworld. I have had enough Waterworld for a lifetime, chat. Better than I was expecting. I have to be completely honest with you. That was better than what I expected. I wonder what happens when you die. I've often pondered that question too. So I was also wrong about the layout of the game. They say each stage consists of 4 levels. They are wrong. The buoy is Trimaran and diving. Atoll is Trimaran and platforming. Buoy is Trimaran and diving. Atoll. So there's actually 18 stages in the game. Not 36 as we had speculated. I don't know if there's some final engagement after Buoy 5. There probably is. Battle rages on through 2 more complete stages, wave after wave. Greasy smokers stage a final assault against the hapless atolls. They succeed. The Deacon will possess humankind's last and greatest treasure, hope. The only one who can protect Enola from the Deacon's evil in the atoll is choose enemy. Whatever. Land ho! What did you call me? Emphasis on greasy. I really enjoyed the bug catching bonus stage of the Lion King, probably more than the main game. Well, easy enough. That main game is rough. Oh, look, it's Earthworm Jim too. In the Epic Center, we made it to the Epic Center with a big old Super Mario RPG update. Good news and bad news. On the Super Mario RPG front, the bad news is the game has been delayed. The good news is the final product should be even better because the delay time, we know. The trade-off for games being delayed is always that they'll be even better because of that extra time spent. Coming soon, Earthworm Jim 2 threat. Current plans for development continue through February for the US version. I'm going to see when Super Mario RPG actually came out, chat. Because December here, they're saying it will be out in February. It was a 1996 video game. Came out in Japan in March, in North America in May. So yeah. Yeah, I think the goal was to have it out for the Christmas season of '95, and that obviously didn't happen. So, not too bad of a delay though. Also on the good news front, the first rough translation arrived at NOA. The story begins with Bowser kidnapping Princess Toadstool and Mario heading out to rescue her. When a giant sword falls from the heavens and shatters the Star Road, Mario, Princess Toadstool, and Bowser are blown far apart in the kingdom. The game follows Mario's quest to put the broken Star Road together. The princess and Yoshi will join his party, and even Bowser lends a claw in the end. All in a day's work from the most heroic plumber in the world. Not exactly a tall claim, that. Tactics Ogre. A few months ago, I mentioned Tactics Ogre in Epic Center News. Monthly exclusive shot straight from the developer in Japan, Quest. Enhanced 3D perspective and multiple battle levels are clearly shown in the screenshot. As in Ogre Battle, the play includes both RPG and strategy elements. Tactics Ogre fought back from delays in development and make a surprisingly quick debut in Japan October, where it promises to be even bigger than Ogre Battle. Some Yoshi fan would be disappointed when they actually played the game because that does not happen. I'm sure all 5 Yoshi fans out there were very disappointed. Look, chat, Yoshi's Island may be one of my favorite Mario games of all time, if not my favorite one, but it's not because I particularly love Yoshi. Saw this video about how data miners found this hidden game on the Switch called Flog, which is just golf spelled backwards, and then a firmware update patched it out. Alright, RPG Heaven on Earth continues to exist in Japan thanks mainly to Squaresoft and Enix. Most anticipated new titles due to be released this fall continue to be Dragon Quest VI from Enix, and Romancing Saga 3 from Square. Hottest Epic games being played right now, according to our source in Japan, are Secret of Mana 3 and Tactics Ogre. According to Squaresoft in the US, it isn't likely that Secret of Mana 3 or Mana 2 as would be numbered here will ever make it to the Western world. The trouble is of a technical nature and the cost may be prohibitive. That's too bad, of course, but Square has plenty of other gems lined up, including a second game from the team that brought us Secret of Evermore. Development group at Square's Redmond facility began work on the new game in October. The word from our friends at Square's won't be a sequel to Evermore, but an even more ambitious project. I was supposed to have access to a translated Romancing Saga 3. I don't think so, but I'll double check real quick. I don't think Saga 3 is really on my radar, because I haven't gotten to Saga 2 yet. I don't even have a translated ROM of Saga 2. I just have the first one. Yep, sorry. I did not plan ahead for this one in particular. Evermore 2 didn't happen, but Trials of Mana did eventually. Very eventually. Yeah, 20 years too late. Yeah. That's just the NES golf game that he waterworked on. I thought it was titled Omamori. So we're doing. Oh, more Secret of Evermore breakdowns this month. We're gonna kind of skim over this since we did do a full playthrough of Secret of Evermore. This is the rest of the Ancient World and some of Gothic. I don't think 2 ever got a reasonably finished translation. 3 got closer. I also don't think it ever got one as smooth as, say, Final Fantasy V or Seiken 3. Probably the reason the remaster is so nice. Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned it before, but we will eventually take a look at Romancing Saga 2. I know I've been really, really bad about that. I've been putting it off for literal years at this point. But when we do, it's going to be not the most recent remake, but the version on Steam before that, which was kind of also a remaster. I guess the first one on Steam was a remaster, and then the most recent one is more of a remake. So yeah. Secret of Evermore? I suppose we could pick up where we left off last time. But yeah, this thing's pretty cool. I kind of remember the bosses in this game being like nothing. It's been it's been a hot minute since we did our full playthrough of Secret of Mana. Secret of Evermore. But I do remember the bosses. Like, I don't remember the bosses being much of a imposition. Any easy way to play the original Trials and Visions without resorting to eBay or emulators? No. Nope. Those are basically your 2 options, really. You're either gonna pay through the nose for original's part of an official 3 set. Is it? What would that be on, like Switch? The remake's on Switch. Collection of Mana? Was that it? Oh yeah. There is the Collection of Mana. Oh yeah, these are the original versions of the first 3 games. I forgot about that. Completely off topic. Damn, Inscription soundtrack is so killer. No, Inscription's a great game. Inscription is pretty amazing, yeah. Legend got a remaster not too long ago. I missed that. No, because my daughter and I were really close to finishing Secret of Mana, and she asked about any Fallout games, so I looked into it for her. What's up, our Dominic? Good to see you. Game gets weird when it gets to Gothica. Game gets weird. You fight this big eldritch squid thing, and then you go to this tower and learn about a pig race. Your dog turns into a poodle. I did not miss the Legend Remaster. It made you full playthrough. I played the remaster. You're gonna have to forgive me. That was, Christ, what, 4 or 5 years ago? That was so long ago. Yeah. You did. Yeah. On Steam. And yeah, that was 4 years ago. I didn't even realize this. Yeah, I did a full playthrough of Legend of Mana over 4 years ago. It was a long time ago. I did that before I did Secret of Mana. Relatively recent by the standards of I'm old. 4 years in eternity, same difference. This is actually kind of surprising. So they walk you through Gothica, and then apparently next month they're gonna have one more Secret of Evermore feature that's gonna walk through the rest of the game. So up until this point, it gets a little, like, it's a little roundabout, but like, you go through Prehistoria, you go through the Ancient Kingdom. Gothica is a little twisty, but you go through that. After that point, you do a whole lot of backtracking through areas, so I guess they're gonna cover that, and also Omnitopia, which is the final area of the game. And yeah, Omnitopia is where you get the toaster dog. All right, Secret of Evermore has been requested, so. Where are the spiny urchins? Where are you looking? What spiny urchins do you speak of? The heading font decor? You may come to regret asking that. There's some Planescape Torment looking shit. I think it's like a sallow corpse-like face behind some kind of like metal mask thing. I don't have the first fucking clue what this has to do with anything in this game. It doesn't resemble or refer to anything. Icon not approved by the Lady of Pain. That's the secret. Fun fact, Toaster Dog makes the best toast. He always burns it though. It always comes out burned. There's a six-eyed robo-urchin. Nope, way more fucked up than that, as it turns out. Way more. The intro to this game is really intense. The title screen, rather. We got Bussy and the Bug Muck. Let's see if we can get ourselves into the Bug Muck. Oh no, we are in the Bug Muck. I made it this far at least. Sorry, I keep pushing the wrong button. I've forgotten mid-game bosses in Emblem that kind of looks like that. Pretty well forgotten because I don't remember that at all. Sun Medallion. We can't go that way. Oh god, these things. This is a pretty good example of how grim this game can feel. Got a bone to pick with him. Any reason your intrepid hero looks suspiciously like Marty McFly? Because the fun in this game, like the lighthearted bits, are supposed to be like our references to like American pop culture and stuff. A grim, joyless area, yeah, very much so. Enemies look like they're from Binding of Isaac, and we haven't even gotten to the really fucked up stuff. I mean, this bug carcass we're about to climb into has some shades of like alien xenomorph shit going on. Looks pretty Geiger adjacent. Yeah, I really need to stress this. The first dungeon in this game is inside the carcass of a gigantic dead bug. And that is to say absolutely nothing of the boss that we're gonna fight at the end of this. Being stuck in another time period would be sad, right? So the player would like to go back home and start their journey. Let's get to it and set the mood. Twitch decided to show me my stats for November. 11,000 chat sent. Holy shit. So yeah, this thing's insides are falling apart. And it basically turns into a maze. You gotta figure out the right path through here. And you will absolutely, like, some of these won't collapse until after you pass over them to kind of trap you. Yeah, we're stuck. So then there's these slides. I don't know if they're supposed to be spine, like part of its spine or what, but there are these slides down the outside. You take back so you can try it again. Oh, I thought I had that. The look on the dog's face. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I guess the one bright side about this being a maze is basically eliminating possibilities for you. Like, after you take a wrong path, you can't take it again because that path is just destroyed. Wasn't there a map in Final Fantasy VII that was like, where the fuck do I go? I mean, to be completely fair, I think every JRPG has a dungeon like that. There we go. For a moments, I thought the dog was an enemy or just letting beat your ass. Dog is friend, very good though. Not that way. So we need to go outside for a second and climb across this thing's hollowed, desiccated limbs. Ow, fucker. Ow, fucker. Also, to be entirely honest with you, I was never very satisfied with just like swinging around like bones and shit in the first part of this. Like it's not a very satisfying opening to the game. All right, pretty fucked up boss, this one. So it's a giant bug inside the skull of a giant dead bug, and to beat this thing, we're gonna have to climb inside its toothed ribcage and beat on its heart directly. Ow. Also, I forgot, you can't attack its arms too and rip them off. The sick beats in its heart. It's a good fight. It's a pretty... Oh, except we got instant killed by its spell. Sadly, Buzzy and Bog never came back. Womp womp. And yeah, there's no mercy in your save game. For your save game either. You just gotta reload. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that absolutely horrifying boss. For those of you that hadn't seen it in the flesh. How do you even get to be a thorax monster and still live? That's an excellent question. Well, I guess nobody fucks with him in the skull of that bug. I mean, he did find a pretty good place to hide away. But yeah. Yeah, Secret of Evermore is... we've talked about this endlessly, chat, but Secret of Evermore is extremely notable for its unique tone. It is both a very dark game, a very somber game, a very off-putting game, but also like there's a lot of comedy relief in it. Never got that far in the game. I remember that there was some Dinosaur Valley. So the Dinosaur Valley is like on the way to the first town. There's a boss fight with some raptors. That's probably what you're referring to. No self effort, become a monster, find a scare place to live in. Scarier the better. Fewer adventurers will come along and try to mess with your shit. PTO2. PTO stands for Pacific Theater of Operations. Can you change history? No. We would If we could, this is so much text, chat. This makes me tired just looking at it. This is a Pacific War simulator. A sequel, a more refined and I would assume expanded one as relates to the original PTO. I want to see a few minutes of this game. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't bring myself to read all of this. PTO 2 rust even harder. There's dinosaurs living in the volcano. That might be what you're thinking of. This down here about conferences. Each month you'll attend a conference. If you command the U.S. Navy, you'll attend with the President, 2 military leaders, the Secretary of the Treasury, and the Secretary of State. Your job will be to propose ideas and win approval. Not all the members will get along. Alright. Genuinely curious. We played a little bit of the first PTO, and like, yeah, it definitely seems like a really cool simulator. But again, like any Koei game of the time, just insanely crunchy. Like, don't leave home without the manual. You change history to the Axis winning, I suppose, technically, yes, game. Remember, this was back in the 90s. Back when we didn't honestly think that the Nazis could take over our country. So it was more like a quaint what if, rather than an awful portend of the future. Use some paid time off so I could perambulate trails outdoors and purchase tools online. I like that. Very clever. I passed the Koei building, thought about walking and asking why they're like making these sorts of games. It's a good question. Boom. Direct hit. Big scary boat. PTO 2. Da na 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 na. Sorry. Yeah, man, new game. That's a lot of dots, bro. Holy fuck. So this comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 scenarios. These are campaign scenarios, which I assume launch like full campaigns to play. There's the Day of Infamy, the Brink of War, Counteroffensive, V-Day, Southern Operation, Battle of Midway, US-Australia Plan, Operation Ego, Battle Elite, and the Final Days. How does it relate to the Kojima release of PT? Let's do Counteroffensive. That sounds action-oriented. After a successful surprise attack against Pearl Harbor, the Japanese went on to score straight victories against the ill-prepared Allied forces. They occupied the Philippines, Malaysia, and then the Dutch East Indies within a very short period of time. These early victories gave Japan such confidence, the Japanese felt there was no reason to fear the Allies. Furious over the assault on U.S. soil, American citizens rallied under the motto, "Remember Pearl Harbor." The armed forces waited for the chance to strike back. As the U.S. recovered from their early mishaps in the war, they built up their war machine and prepared for the beginning of their counterattack. Which will you play? Wow, you can play both sides. Or you just play a demo game. We'll play as the US of A. I'm a beginner. I'm an idiot baby with no manual. Sure. This is okay. Admiral Nimitz. Looks like the enemy is planning for attack on Midway. I'm afraid we only have 3 carriers to dispatch against their massive task force. About to count on our crew to pull us through and defeat the Japanese. That's a lot of dots. It's the move phase. Up to 60 units experience will increase with time. After 60, they must experience combat, I guess. All right. There we go. Fleet. All right. What's the 5th fleet up to? What's the 5th? No, I mean the 5th fleet. 5th fleet is what? 2 cruisers and 6 destroyers. Seems like. Okay. Great attack, waiting for further orders. Fix, organize, supply, debark, depart. Depart? Please enter the course. This way? I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, unfortunately, these are not easy games to play without poring over the manual first. Like, ideally, we want to get our fleets to Midway. Like, we have 3 carriers that we can get there. But I have no idea how to tell them to do that. Yeah, that's fine. Just head that way, man. Hands on deck, prepare to leave port. Okay. Conclude today. No. We wanna. We can not get your forces to fight. Maybe we can get them to love. List. Fleet. Oh my god. Well, this gives me the 2nd fleet. Oh, that doesn't have any carriers. Well, whatever. Let's see what happens if we end this turn now. Yes, this is fine. Burning fleets. Oh, look! The little carrier down there is going like, ooh. Alright, Zem, have a good one. Thanks for coming out. So I guess the little carrier is like the progress bar. Plan phase. You'll be able to contain your own damage if you attack a base at night. Cool. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm not equipped for this. I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know how to make something interesting happen, so. I guess one thing we could try, real quick, before we move on. Brain Red Pensacola is Penis Colada. We could let the game play itself and see what happens. Waiting for the romance visual novel version of the game. I envy the people who get into games like these. I'm sure I would enjoy it if I really knew what was going on. But just the... Let's view the US. You like Penis Colada? Sounds good, Drake Nell. Enjoy. Now, the real question is how much of this gameplay is going to be taken up with just loading. Recently dumped 200 plus hours into War on the Sea in the Pacific campaign. I love this stuff. It would be interesting to see, for somebody who's really into games like this, it would be interesting to see how these older games compare to the newer ones. Airport, resupplying. Resupplying. Yeah, I think something like Stellaris is about as complex as I want to go. And I mean, Stellaris is pretty complex. But yeah, these old games where just working the UI has like a huge learning curve. I don't think I can really do it. Ironically, Dodge being stationed in Pensacola and sent to Japan instead. Stellaris says numbers recently, it's good enough. Because what I recently got back into, I think I can guess. Enemy base as fuck are approaching. Sorry. Enemies launching an airstrike from Wewak. Oh, that's cool looking. Wow. Main guns were damaged. Anti-aircraft guns were damaged. Oh, those are torpedo planes. Ooh. Starboard side. Oh, the Chicago is no more. Brutal. Port side sustained minimal damage. Main guns were damaged. Brutal. Prepare for incoming, people. Fifth Fleet's getting pounded. Guadalcanal. Ooh. 3 bomb hits right on target. Uh-oh. Battle sustains serious damage. Ooh. Oh man. Yeah, this one's not getting out of here alive. 4 torpedo hits on target, yeah. Ralph Talbot, I hardly knew ye. Talbot's so tiny. It's a destroyer. Anti-aircraft isn't doing squat in this fight. It really isn't, yeah. This is how Guadalcanal went. I will admit to being impressed with the graphics. The little action scenes are pretty cool. Yeah, they lost 3 planes doing that and sank 4 ships. Report coming in from Hanoi. Wow. Air Force ready to attack. Wow, okay. But it was during night naval actions. US did poorly during a lot of the early ones. Finally got their shit together a few months into it. $40 bombers, no losses. Oh, look! Alright, was that a turn? Okay, yeah, that was an entire turn we just saw go by. So now you have a pretty good idea of this the flow of this game. That's what I wanted. Back to the wall, what else are you gonna do? Alright. This is interesting. PTO2 has 3 full campaigns: Brink of War, Counteroffensive, and Approaching V-Day. To win a campaign, you must capture your enemy's capital city, reduce your enemy's productivity to 0, or increase your base productivity to over 1,800. World War II lasted more than 3 years. Don't expect to win a campaign overnight. It's interesting that there are different victory conditions, and one of them is to capture your enemy's capital city, which I guess mechanically there's some way to do. Like if you're playing as Japan. Anyway. Some strategy for Sid Meier's Civilization. Talking about how to work the foundations. Trade, budgeting. Wonders. All right. And then moving on to classified information. More combos for Killer Instinct, of course. They're gonna be teasing out Killer Instinct for months and months and months. Superpower codes for Bubsy 2, because God knows that's what we need. Special passwords for Syndicate. Letting you start from later levels with a whole bunch of resources. That's cool. What was Syndicate? Syndicate is an isometric squad-based action game with some very, very light management elements. It plays a lot better on the PC. We played through a significant chunk of Syndicate a while back. The SNES one is held back by some control issues. Do we get to the isometric Mechwarrior? Just hang on. Yeah. This is interesting. Charming and disarming. In Chrono Trigger, you can use the Charm spell on some major enemies for unexpected bonuses. Your lucky Mother Brain gives up a blue mail coat. Son of Sun hands over black mail. Rust Tyranno throws out red mail. Yakra drops white mail. And Golem leaves a magic tab. That's all pretty cool. Batman Forever, they got the answers to some riddles. Judge Dredd has stage select. Mega Man 7 has like a special Street Fighter mode. Well, they call it Street Fighter Style Battle. It's a versus mode between Mega Man and Bass. And then some super teams for Virtual League Baseball. The usual kind of stuff. Oh God, and then there's sports. Why sports? Small sports scene offers quality, and more quality. I don't know about that. Only 3 new Super NES games made the final cut. Those 3 will go head-to-head with their best sports games. Okay, so what do we got? Konami's NBA Give and Go. I see a lot of option screens and stuff. This is actually pretty well designed. What are you referring to, Hildy? This here sportsing game? Oh, the layout. Yeah, I mean, I'll give them credit. Sports isn't my thing, but they did go the extra mile to make their sports features actually look like, yeah, exactly. Look like a real 70s magazine. So. So in broad strokes, the plan for Pearl Harbor was just to knock the US out of the war early. Just like one decisive hit that, unfortunately for them, wasn't decisive enough. Let's see. More on Give and Go. Frank Thomas, Big Hurt Baseball. Try to beat that. I noticed there's only like, oh no, these are both about it. So there's a couple gameplay screens, nothing too exciting there. NFL Quarterback Club 96. It's more footballs. They at least do you the service of comparing the different recent football games to each other, so you have some idea how they stack up. There you go, Fury. Mechwarrior 3050. The war goes on. Climb aboard 50 tons of battle-scarred steel and prepare for a rollicking good time in Activision's Mechwarrior 3050. Leaping back to the war-torn future introduced in the original Mechwarrior game, Activision decided to concentrate less on the adventure elements and more on serious crash and burn action. 5 vast worlds to explore. And while some fans will miss the intricate plot, you do get to play with much bigger guns. Game is hard as fuck. Oh boy. Original Mechwarrior game was a balance between adventure and action. Game was much more action-oriented. Wider choice of weapons, full screen radar. There's a 2-player mode with one player as the pilot and the other as the gunner, which actually sounds pretty clever. First campaign takes the Draconis Combine outpost on Alshane. Okay. Only get to World 2 as a kid. Well, let's give it a try. Let's see what we can accomplish tonight. I'm not expecting much. I'm not expecting for us to accomplish much, I should say. This looks like a cool game. Alrighty. Activision. Remember when that title card didn't fill you with a sense of dread and foreboding? Run, tanks, run! You're tanks in an age of mechs, you are fucked. It's him, it's the Mechwarrior. Oh. Yeah, get him. Sir, you are standing on fire. Your first mission takes place on the planet Alshane against the Draconis Combine. You'll be dropped in the southern sectors of their complex. Take out the 4 main installations. Radar site, airtech base, DCMS mech, tank base, and the DCMS compound. Seize the land, quickly neutralize the radar site in the southeast sectors. Force the ground-based guns to target manually. Air-attack squadron will constantly attack you from above. The only defense is to destroy their base in the eastern sectors. DCMS mech and tank base are located in the western sectors. Must be eliminated to prevent them from amassing huge mech and tank forces against you. When I say about my flagging delay to the start of this year, I was getting to watch the Road Warrior on the plane. Oh. Gain entrance into the DCMS compound is to rescue the Star Captain so you can detonate the bay doors. Gotcha, okay. Blow up the radar. Blow up the airfield. Galaxy Commander Colonel Ward out. Okay.
Arrow 6. Gauss rifle. PPC. Machine gun.
That's pretty cool.
Missile. Thunder mine. Machine gun, laser, PPC, laser, thunder, mine, missile, inferno, missile, laser, machine gun, PPC Gauss Arrow 6.
Okay.
Gauss Rifle. PPC Gauss Rifle. Arrow 6. Machine Gun. Auto Cannon. Machine Gun. Laser. Missile.
Okay, first for me. Bring one Timberwolf and classic Battletech rules almost correct. Take them cost a shit ton of points. The animation is sweet. Until, like, more than one thing is happening on the screen at once and things slow down tremendously. That Valkyrie did fuck me up, but it dropped a whole tank of Kool-Aid that healed me right back.
Enemy map approaching.
Oh wow, I like the way it came apart. That's pretty cool. I seem to be kind of out of weapons here. Oh good, thank you. I like my lasers.
Enemy map approaching.
I can't just step on the tanks, that's nice.
Enemy map approaching.
Battletech mech is just clunkier compared to the Macross suits, that's kind of expected. I appear to be in danger.
Danger overheating.
Yeah, I'm a little hot. It's getting a little warm in here.
Danger overheating. Danger overheating.
If I can find my way back to the start, I think there were like coolant tanks and stuff there.
Danger over.
Big if, maybe.
Danger overheating.
Oh god, this guy's gonna fuck me up. That's gonna be my ass.
Danger overheating.
Or not. Jesus.
Danger overheating.
That's where I want to be.
Danger overheating.
Wow.
Enemy mech approaching.
Let's see, do I have a map? That's a really cool ass map. That is a really, really cool ass map. I like it. Okay, I think I missed. Air attack attacks are frequent and deadly. Airport in the eastern sectors. Okay. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, the map is a lot smaller than I thought it was. Like a lot smaller. Okay, incoming message. Air text neutralized. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. All right, western sector. Thank you. That helicopter flew right into me. I think it had a death wish.
Enemy mass approaching. Enemy mass approaching.
I'm about to run out of weapon.
Overheating.
Immediately looks like it'd be immediately looks like your rule was way too zoomed in.
Danger.
Yeah.
Overheating.
I guess it's to put all the detail on it. But yes, it is very, very zoomed in.
Danger. Overheating.
Also, I think I may have missed my yep. I'm way over here now. The mission we were playing the bad guys, the clans, genetically modified super soldier to attack the other bad guys don't have access to.
Danger. Overheating.
Oh, okay, we blew apart. Whoops. They got me. Oh! Never mind, I'm back. Suck it.
Enemy mass approaching.
I'm a pretty big fan of how much chaos you can cause in this. Okay, there's still a bunch of stuff in here. Message. Whee! Mech base destroyed. Rescue Star Captain in the northwest sectors. Okay. I heard 2 mercenaries is great because the clans come out of nowhere and change the game. Message. Star Captain reporting. Oh, he's back. Cool. We're going really fast all of a sudden. Destroy the 4 power pyramids first. Oh, like that thing I just walked past. Okay. I got one of them already. Oh. That was probably coolant, which I didn't need to suck up. Goon pilot. Dun 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 dun. Boom. This is gonna destroy everything I find in here. That's all I care about. Massive damage. Incoming message. Did I do good? Did I do good? DCMS compound destroyed. Stomp. Well done. I did it, chat. Now I'm just gonna step on a bunch of dudes because I can.
Mission complete.
Congratulations, you defeated the Draconis Combine and the 14th Legion of Vega. You'll now be transported to the planet Satellites. For your next battle, you've been promoted to Star Captain. Some mechs are so bad at maintaining a safe heat index, they literally killed themselves by making their ammo explode. Next mission is against Rasselhaig. You will be dropped on the planet Satellites. Gorton, Kingsley, and Thorpe Enterprises have built an assembly plant that creates mech fusion engines. There are 3 main facets to their manufacturing process. Raw materials are acquired at various points around the planet. These materials are then transported through an underground tunnel network to a large central assembly plant. Once assembly is completed, final parts are transported through the tunnel network to 1 of 2 launch areas, where completed engines are shipped off the planet. Various! Our agents have learned this shipment will be launched very soon from one of their pyramid-shaped launch buildings. You must locate and destroy both structures, because our agents were not able to tell which building houses the parts. That's pretty funny. Next targets are the material gathering stations, comprised of 3 structures linked together. Must take out every station. Our central assembly plant will be too volatile to attack. And then destroy the central assembly plant. Planet surrounding areas are guarded by the 4th Cavalry. Stay alert. Watch where you stop. Watch where you stop. The planet's covered with lava, which will heat up your mech. Uh-oh.
Gauss rifle. PPC. Gauss rifle. Laser. Machine gun.
I try some
missile,
different weapons this time.
Inferno, Missile. Thunder. Mine. Missile. Inferno.
Cool. Oh, it's timed. Butta. Where's the launch sites? Typically, ballistic weapons produce less heat than energy weapons. I just realized there's like no music in this game. think that was one of them. Oh yeah, I died fast. Okay, that apparently wasn't it. There's coolant in that building right when I didn't need it.
Enemy map approach.
Whoa! Okay, well that went terrible.
Overheating. Danger. Overheating.
Who are the geniuses that sent, like, heat-sensitive mechs to the lava planet? Like, fucking come on, guys. What did you think would happen? Oh, that's one of the launch buildings. Ah! Oh, cool, you get a special cutscene for failing.
Mission failed.
Hasselhag was able to send off the critical shipment. Your failure has sealed our fate.
I like it.
That's pretty funny. This is cool. This is really cool. It is hard, but I mean, it's like all of these Desert Strike, Jungle Strike, Urban Strike style games tend to be hard. And like they don't need to be, but for some reason they are. Like it's always really, really hard to avoid taking damage. Same mechs are most likely elementals, which are basically a suit. They look like, certainly. But yeah, that's a cool game. I like it. It's pretty neat. Looks like it's only 5 missions though. Not that you aren't gonna spend a ton of time just learning how each of the missions works. Inner sphere battle armor, if those are elementals, would be jumping all over the fucking place. Alright, what else going on? WrestleManias! Oh. Greasy, oily men slamming each other. Look like they were, yeah, look like they were small in the tanks, yeah. I think Midway's coin-op hit home. Arcade managed to keep 6 of the arcade's original 8 characters and their wild combo moves. Only 6, huh? Don't act like you're not excited. I'm thinking maybe we reserve this particular bit of excitement for next time, chat. Cuz I'm getting pretty tired and I'm not sure I can give these men the proper workover that they deserve here. So maybe let's say this is the one with Doink. He's right here. He's right down here, yeah. Yeah, they are giving me the eye. So I'm thinking, chat, perhaps we call it a night here. We return later this week or perhaps next week. We give these fellas what for. We might even be able to finish out the magazine, honestly, because we're page what, 78, 79? We're doing well while we're here. This is the most Mortal Kombat type game? Really? Okay, that'll be interesting then. Yeah, if that's the case, I definitely do want to give it its own time to shine or glisten. as the case may be. So yeah, we'll call it here. All right, so schedule reminder. I am not streaming Friday or Saturday this week. It's work scheduling. I literally won't be here, so it cannot happen. So streams are tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. You have been watching the Power Hours this very evening. Tomorrow night, I remind you, buttress your feelings, pray to whatever gods you hold dear. We're playing Tingus Goose. We will be Tingusing all the geese, whatever that entails. Wednesday and Thursday, I have no particular plans for yet, but we'll think of something. Something will occur there. So yeah, that's the plan, chat. That's what's going on. That's what's happening. So, let me go find somebody to raid into. Playing Tingus be rated, adjust your vocabulary. Yep. It's the full Tingus Goose release. Straight from the devs themselves. So upset, but also tingulated. If tingulated wasn't a word before, it is now. Let's see. Where shall I send you tonight? Let's send you over to Arch. Arch's doing Mountain Blade 2. The Mountain Blade games are fascinating to me. I played a bit of the Warband, maybe? They can be pretty satisfying if you've got the time to invest in them and build up your forces, so. But that is a tale for another time, chat. Anyway, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for joining me for the Power Hours and all of the scintillating games therein. I hope it's been fascinating. I hope you learned something. I hope it was an enjoyable experience. And I hope that I will see you out tomorrow night for Tingus Goose. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.